So investor Dan Martell has some pretty wild predictions for 2026. And we're not just talking about minor software updates. He's laying out these massive AI trends that he believes are going to fundamentally change, well, everything. How we live, how we work. Let's dive right in. Okay, to really get a sense of just how big this is, look at this number. $2 trillion. That's the projected global spending on AI by the end of 2026. I mean, to put that in perspective for you, that's more than the entire economy of countries like Canada or Italy. When you see that kind of money pouring in, you know it's not just hype, it's fueling a revolution. And yeah, this quote from Dan Martell himself really nails it. He's not talking about your phone's assistant getting a little bit better at telling jokes. He's talking about a total rewrite of our daily lives. So, what does that actually look like? Let's break it down, starting with the place we'll feel it the most. All right, first up, part one, the AI-powered home. And we're starting here for a good reason, you know? This is where all this high-tech stuff stops being just a headline and actually shows up in your day-to-day life. So think about the phrase smart device, right? Right now, your so-called smart toothbrush, it just buzzes. It's following a simple command. But by 2026, these devices are going to be truly smart. They'll learn from you, they'll adapt, and they'll all work together. Just imagine, your scale notices your pound over your goal, and poof, it tells your smart fridge, hey, maybe hold off on ordering that ice cream this week. That's the interconnected, intelligent home that's coming. This quote just sums it up perfectly. Cognified simply means making something intelligent. The idea is super simple, really. If it has a power cord today, it's going to have a brain tomorrow. Your coffee maker, your lamp, your doorbell, they won't just be waiting for your command. They'll be thinking, learning, and working together as this one seamless system in your home. Okay, and this is where it gets really interesting, because we're moving beyond just smart gadgets. Yeah, forget your little Roomba that just kind of bumps into walls. We are talking about advanced, human-like robots that will physically change how you run your home. So what are we talking about here? What are they actually going to do? Well, they're going to load the dishwasher, they'll pick up the kids' toys off the floor, they'll clean up the clutter you left behind. I mean, we're basically talking about a full-time butler, handling all those little chores that just drain your time and energy, giving it all back to you. Now, I know this all sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But the money tells a completely different story. The market for these household robots is set to hit $17 billion by the end of 2026. You've got huge players like Tesla with their Optimus robot and Figure AI, which is backed by OpenAI, pushing this forward. Get this, you're literally going to go over to a friend's house and meet their robot. All right, let's head out to the garage for a second. Instead of having to buy a brand new, super expensive self-driving car, the prediction is that an AI robot will just sit in the driver's seat of your current car. And it doesn't matter if it's a brand new electric vehicle or, a beat-up 2005 Tacoma, and it'll drive it for you. It'll see the road, hit the pedals, turn the wheel, just like a person. And just like that, every car on the road becomes an autonomous vehicle. And the last piece of this puzzle for your home is, well, how stuff actually gets to your house. Today, that last step is still all about people. But pretty soon, our sidewalks and our skies are going to be busy with autonomous robots and drones handling that last mile, which also happens to be the most expensive part of getting something delivered. Amazon's already aiming to deliver 500 million packages a year by drone. What's that mean for you? Faster, cheaper delivery, period. Okay, let's switch gears. Part 2. The autonomous workplace. Because everything we just talked about happening in your kitchen and your garage, well, it's about to completely transform how business gets done. So one of the first huge changes you'll see is in how companies buy stuff. By 2028, the prediction is that AI agents will handle 90% of all business purchases. Think about that. Your job won't be to fill out purchase orders anymore. It'll be to set the rules and define the goals for your company's AI. Then your AI agent will go out, find suppliers, negotiate prices, and buy from their AI agent, all without a single human needing to get involved. So your job completely shifts from doing the buying to managing and training the AI that does it for you.
And we've got to totally rethink what an assistant is. We're not talking about a tool you bark commands at. We're talking about a true AI partner that actually learns how you write, what your priorities are, and what you value. It's going to proactively take care of 50 to 70% of your daily administrative grind, like rescheduling meetings when conflicts pop up, drafting email replies in your voice, summarizing long reports. It's doing all this stuff before you even have to ask. That's a real partner.
Okay, and what about customer service? You know that feeling when you're stuck on hold listening to that awful music? Yeah, that's basically going away. Projections show that AI is on track to handle 80% of all customer questions. That means companies are effectively open 24/7, you get help instantly, and nobody ever has to wait on hold again. And this is the real kicker. We're not just talking about AI handling a few tasks here and there. We're talking about AI running entire departments. Just picture an AI chief financial officer managing all the company's finances, or an AI sales force that handles the entire sales funnel. What does that do? It frees up all the humans to focus on the stuff that really matters: high-level strategy, tough decisions, and, actual human connection. All right, this brings us to our final part, and honestly, this is probably the most important one, because all these incredible changes at home and at work, they're all pointing to one single critical new reality. This is the trend that's going to define your future. Look, right now, knowing how to use AI is kind of cool. It's a bonus. But by 2026, it's going to be non-negotiable. Think about it. Job postings that mention AI are already growing 3.5 times faster than any others. Soon, companies will expect you to have AI skills, just like they expect you to know how to use a computer today. You can see this growing gap between the early adopters and the laggards, the people who get left behind, and that gap is getting wider every single day. And if you need a more concrete reason, how about this? This isn't just about not falling behind, it's about getting way ahead. The data's already showing that having in-demand AI skills can literally boost your paycheck by up to 56%. This isn't some fuzzy, far-off benefit. It's a massive career advantage that's on the table right now. And this final quote from Dan Martell just brings it all home. The real conversation isn't AI versus humans. It's not about robots taking jobs. The reality is that humans who know how to use AI are going to replace humans who don't. So it's not about tech versus people. It's about being empowered by technology or being left in the dust. So as we're looking at this totally new world in 2026, the question isn't, is this going to happen? It's happening. The future is here, and it's being built by AI-powered humans. The only real question left is, which side are you going to be on?